Hello everyone, it's Ruby here, bringing you guys another video. And today, we just finished watching the 2 dog pack videos, and instead of reading the doc, which was going to be taking like 2 hours to read because it's 36 pages, I ended up reacting to the Rosanna recap of the document instead, and I kind of gave my thoughts on what I had already read and my thoughts on like what she's talking about. And now, because those are like 2-3 hours long, I'm gonna do a recap of final thoughts of my thoughts on Mr. Beast, so that it's much shorter, much condensed. So if you don't want to watch those videos, this is going to be the video to watch to summarize it. Number 1, I don't know what Mr. Beast can do to fix his reputation at this point. I think it's gone. It's gone. It's gone. If he had just faked his video, whatever. Everyone does that. Honestly, everyone does it. He's not the first person to fake his videos. Because, like, McJuggernuggets did it. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that have done that content where they say it's real, but it's actually fake, and people just pretend that it's real or something, or they know that it's fake. And you know, like, for example, for those you don't know, McJuggernuggets was the one who did the Psycho series. People were debating about whether it was real, and it came out that it was fake, and there's often kind of discussions around his videos about whether it's real or fake. Same thing with Boogie, with his Francis videos and stuff like that. And you know, it's very common for YouTubers to kind of fake videos and claim that they are real. It's not a new thing, and honestly, it wouldn't really be that surprising. You know, networks have done it, like WWE, etc., etc., etc. That's not the biggest issue. It's not. It's really not. And I said in that video, the first video, that it would be a problem if Mr. Beast had faked the trees, the seas, the philanthropy videos. That would be a problem, because it's one thing to fake, you know, maybe a contest. It's another to fake something that you were claiming is for charity, for philanthropy, for the good of the environment, for the good of the planet, and completely going back on that. So I would say that if that was like the only thing, you know, if it was only the contest that he was faking, I would be like, okay, fine, I get it. You don't want to actually give like 5 Lamborghinis or $5,000, whatever. But the charity is the one where I was like, okay, this is going to be a problem if he ends up faking it. And it seems, at least in the text that Dogpack received, that there might have been a chance that at least in, like, for example, the video about the dogs, the dog adoptions, the dog food, and things like that, there might have been at least one dog in that video that belonged to a producer that wanted the free dog food but already had a dog, and so he used his dog to get the free food, which that is completely unacceptable. That is not something that you should fake. It brings into question all the other videos. And also what was brought up is the fact that there were people in the hearing aids video that would have gotten free hearing aids anyways, which essentially makes the donation for Mr. Beast useless. So, you know, there were other people that needed that, and, you know, it is kind of weird that Mr. Beast opted for those who already didn't need his help and would have gotten it either way. The other thing that was brought up is part of the document, which is the fact that to Mr. Beast, no means no. Like, doesn't matter what they say, they have to work. And that is something that's crazy to say, because, you know, people like privacy, And you don't really realize the damages that can be done when you're filmed. For example, you don't know what is going to go viral, especially from someone with like Mr. Beast, who is crazy about, getting views and everything. So you're going to be put on blast for millions of people. And the thing is, people don't realize that you can get doxxed from those videos because Mr. Beast films outside. He's filming the location, he's showing the store and everything, and then he comes in, he shows the employees what they're working, where they're working, and so you can actually deduce, like, for example, you can deduce, number one, the proximity of where that person works, because usually people live close to their work, like 20-30 minutes, so you can assume that person lives 20 to 30 minutes within their working place. And then you can probably deduce who they are, because not many people work at that, and you can probably figure out their name, and you might even be able to find them on like a hiring profile like LinkedIn or something like that. And then now like things about them, and it's weird. Like, not everybody wants to be put on blast on social media, and even if they do, they don't want it to be at their work where they're working and trying to just get a paycheck. Like, it's so weird and bizarre. And a lot of companies also have no filming policies, which means that you cannot accept, or you have no authority to approve filming in a location. In fact, oftentimes even the store manager doesn't have the authority to approve filming, because they have to go through their DM, they have to go through corporate, they have to make sure, because this is going on social media, not even like a local news thing. And so you have to go through the actual company, the CEO of that company, and be like, hey, what's up? And oftentimes those companies will have no filming policies because they don't want bad PR. They don't want Mr. Beast going to the location. Mr. Beast has a bad time. Now Chipotle is like on blast because Mr. Beast says that this Chipotle did not do what he wanted him to, and blah, blah, blah. Like, think about that grocery store that Mr. Beast was supposed to film at. Like, something like that. Like, there is good reason to say no to Mr. Beast. It is not just to get clout, to get attention, and they're not even being compensated or being paid people are so tunnel vision because they think, people love social media and they should be happy they're being put on social media. They're gonna go viral. They're gonna get famous. It's like, not everybody wants that. Nobody actually wants to be filmed. I feel like most minimum wage workers do not want to be filmed. Period. End of story. It doesn't matter if it's legal or illegal or public or private or whatever. Nobody likes to be filmed and put on blast. Like, it's such a bad thing that is normalized, and unfortunately people think that they have every right to go into businesses and to go into retails and stuff like that and just film and just harass employees and get put on blast. And so, yeah, not okay. Definitely not okay. And the fact that Mr. Beast had an SO on set, and maybe knew, maybe didn't know, but seems to have known, because why wouldn't you do a background check on every single employee, especially as someone who knows that you work with kids, who knows you're going to be around kids, who knows that you are going to be working with youth people, because that is your audience. He knows that this is his audience. So why wouldn't he be like, hey, this person has a record and he's on the SO list, he's on the registry, let's go with somebody else. And, maybe the whole intent was to keep, this person behind the scenes. But even if that was the case, I feel like you shouldn't even have them on set. Like, you should not even risk that. It's your brand. This person can ruin your brand if people find out that they work for you. Because, this is, every company does this. Every company has a background check person or a company that they go through to make sure that the people that they're hiring are not bad people, and that person isn't going to damage their brand because people learn that they work for them. Like, there's reasons why every company does background checks. Every company that I've applied to does background checks. I don't understand why these YouTubers keep not doing background checks and keep saying, oh, well, I didn't know. Oh, well, do background checks. Figure out who is working for you and who is applying for you. It's your reputation. It's you're the one who's going to get hate for this. If this comes out, like, you're the one who's going to get put on blast. Why wouldn't you do a background check? Like, of course you would. You should do a background check. Like, it's common sense. Like, do a background check. There's no excuse. And if they have a record, don't hire them. And this whole A player and C player, I said this in the other video, but I'm going to say it here. Your C players are going to be your most valuable employees. Your most valuable employees. You know why? Because those are the high school students, the college students that come in to get a job, and they're doing their job, and they're putting in the work, and they're learning, and they're growing with the company. And you know what? That person is probably going to love working for you if you give them a good experience, and then they're going to want to stay, and then they're going to become a manager, and then they're going to become a producer. They're going to climb with a company, and then they're going to be able to turn to the next new employee and be like, hey, yo, I've worked this company for 5 years, for 10 years, for 15 years, and this company is the best. Or they're going to turn around and be like, yo, I tried to work for this company and I couldn't last for like 5 minutes. They are crazy. They're insane. People don't realize people talk to each other. Employees talk to each other. We tell each other, yo, this company is crazy. Like, this company is bad. Like, we will tell new hires like what it's like to work with this company and be like, yeah, this is why I'm leaving, or yeah, this company sucks, you might want to get out the door while you can. Like, some people, like, if you're working with a bad company, you're working with a bad company, and people will find out. This is why you should treat even your C players like they are king and queen, because they're your most valuable people. And you know what, it also goes back on your clients and your customers and your friends, like, and your fans, because they will tell people what it is like to work with you, and that will reflect bad on you, especially you, Mr. Beast, the face of the company. You're the one who's going to get that backlash, even if it is your manager, even if it is your producer. It doesn't matter who it is, because it's your fault, because it's your company and it's your face. That is why you should care about how your employees are being treated. If you don't, you deserve to lose your company, because you need to understand that C players are your most valuable people, not your B, not your A, because A players, guess what, can work with any company that they choose. It doesn't have to be yours, and when they get that opportunity, they will leave your company, and you won't have B players because they will hear from the A players how bad your company is, and your C players are going to be the only ones who are left, and you're going to have to accept their help or fail at your company. Period. I hate that oftentimes a minimum wage worker often gets the brunt of the attacks, even though they are the most important employees. They are the most important employees that you could ever have, because those are the ones that are going to potentially stay for you for 20 years and build that reputation up for you. Like, it is 100% the most valuable person is your C player. The one who is only there to clock in and clock out, because those are the people that will consistently show up to work on time, be there, and they will gladly grow with the company if you treat them well. If you treat them poorly, they will move on. But if you treat them well, they will be there for 5, 10, 15 years. Your A players are going to go somewhere else because they can, and they can grow outside of your company. C players are your most valuable people because they need to work with you in order to get paid, in order to get a job, in order to get experience. Like, I don't understand how you can look bad, like, look at an average employee and be like, yo, you're not it, get out, because, like, you need them, you just don't realize it. There's a lot to say about Mr. Beast. There's a lot to say. I think it's a really bad idea for him to be doing this cease and desist bullshit. I mean, I guess he's afraid of what's going to come out in terms of the next video, but it only looks worse for him to do a cease and desist. It really does. And I know he's getting lawyers to try and take these videos down, but Mr. Beast, if you do that, your reputation will be gone. It will be gone. You cannot erase this from the internet, and trying to only makes you look worse. No one's going to want to work with you. And I would even say that if any YouTuber works with Mr. Beast going forward, they're sus. They should not be trusted. I don't care who they are. I don't care if it's Valkyrie. I don't care if it's anyone. Anyone who works with Mr. Beast going forward in terms of YouTubers are not to be trusted. Period. I'm sure Logan Paul might work with him. KSI, who knows? But I would say if anyone works with Mr. Beast going forward, they are the problem too. Not just Mr. Beast. Like, this is seriously something where you look at this and you're like, why would, like, look at this and look at what he's saying and saying, oh, you know, I want famous people, I want this. Like, he is a total brat, piece of shit, okay? Like, why would you, I understand he has like 30 million views, whatever. It is not worth sacrificing your reputation for. It is not worth it. It is not worth it. You know, Ludwig says that he's not going to work with Mr. Beast if he never responds, if he does all this bullshit. I hope he's right. I hope he's honest, because, you know, I like Ludwig. I like what he's saying. I didn't love that he took his time to respond to this video, to this drama and everything. I don't love that Moist Critical is not responding to this drama at all. I don't like how a lot of YouTubers have kind of gone silent on the Mr. Beast situation, even though if it was anybody else, they would be 100% covering it on their channels. I think anyone who works with Mr. Beast going forward should be questioned as to why. Period. End of story. There's no excuse anymore. There's no excuse of not seeing it. It's Mr. Beast. You saw it. You just decided that you didn't care. That's how I feel. And I think that's what a lot of people feel. It's crazy that this is, I mean, look at, can we have PewDiePie be the #1 YouTuber again? Can we just have that happen again? Like, I liked it better when that was the worst thing that come to YouTube. I mean, at least PewDiePie learned and grew. Like, I don't know about this one. There's a lot I want to say, but I don't want to make this a super long video because I've already talked a lot, and there's a lot. There's a lot. All I'm saying is I think Mr. Beast has something going on in his head. I mean, look, I have seen his interviews in the past, and they gave me kind of the wrong kind of vibe, which is why I stopped actually watching his channel. It's just also just not something that I'm into. But I think that after all this, people should not be afraid to call Mr. Beast out. I am starting to believe that all of the philanthropy work is just for show and maybe even not even real. I hope that, you know, they at least did the trees thing, they at least cleaned the seas, because that's really important stuff. But hearing that Mr. Beast left a Christian camp in a wreck with trash in its lake, like, that is disgusting. That's disgusting. And they probably prayed on that Christian camp, knowing that they would be forgiving and knowing that they wouldn't tarnish his name, because, I mean, they're a Christian camp, of course not. And he's taking advantage of all these people, and he's using them for all they're worth. He knows that these people are desperate. He knows that nobody can go anywhere else. He knows this. He knows a lot more than what he's letting on. And honestly, saying that he doesn't know is going to make him look worse. There's only really one response that he can give, and it's an apology, a real apology, and explaining his actions and what he's going to do to change things going forward. That is the only way that I see it, as to where it might end up actually saving him. But I think that going forward, Mr. Beast is not to be trusted at all. That's what I think. And if he truly goes forward with these lawsuits, with these cease and desist, he's a piece of shit and should never see the light of day on YouTube ever again. I hope that YouTube sees sense and sees all this and is like, you know what, maybe not. Like, you're telling me that PewDiePie lost his sponsorships over, like, one word, essentially. I mean, yes, it's a bad word, but essentially he lost his sponsorships over one word, and satire and Mr. Beast does real bad shit and hires a SO and has him on his channel and he gets nothing, anyone who sponsors Mr. Beast going forward, I would question their integrity as well. Like, at this point, there is no excuse. Why does PewDiePie lose all of his sponsors and not Mr. Beast at this point? Why? Mr. Beast has arguably done far worse than PewDiePie ever did, and I will stand by that. Okay? Truly, 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 truly. Get him off the platform. That's what I believe. Comment down below your thoughts, your opinions. What do you think of this? What do you think of this? What do you think? Is there something that Mr. Beast can say that will get you back on his side? Do you think that Mr. Beast has any right on this platform? Let me know down in the comments what you think overall. And please show some some love to Rosanna Pansino, to Adam McIntyre for really covering this to the T. And really making sure that none of this gets buried. And thank Dogpack, because he's probably sacrificing his entire life. If we stop hearing from him, we should probably call the police, because he might have actually gotten off by the mafia. That is Mr. Beast. Anyways, yeah, if you're interested in reading and looking at the document that I mentioned, it's gonna be like here, probably over here. And other than that, I do reaction videos. You can do commentary videos and subscribe, like, comment, do all that shit. Anyways, peace out. It's been a blast. Bye.